It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey, welcome to You Don't Know Jack. Just me and you tonight, huh? Oh well, since it's just the two of us tonight, please feel free to let me know what's on your mind, because I certainly will.
One.
This category is rock and a hard roll, please. I got $2,000 says you don't know this one. All right, now you know how some folks need that freshly squeezed orange juice to get their day started? Yum, yum. Yep, nothing like juice that's been given that fresh squeeze, huh? Well, I figured we'd start our breakfast episode in a similar way. Observe. If you prefer to start your day with some fresh squeeze, what'll be your eye-opener? That cornflake girl, some black coffee in bed, a little bit of wild honey, or just plain old breakfast in America? Survey says... Why didn't you pick this one? Black coffee in bed. It's a hit by that UK pop group Squeeze. Just make sure you're well away from your bed when you start squeezing out that black coffee.
2.
The category's going to be add some cereal to the Super Bowl. And this one's going to be worth $2,000. Eyes forward, we're going. If a football referee uses a Crispix instead of a coin for the coin toss, what choice would the visiting team have when they call it in the air? Apple or cinnamon, rice or corn, bran or oat, or shredded wheat or frosting?
All right, gentlemen, call it in the air.
Rice.
Oops.
Crispix is crispy times 2, rice and corn. Can you believe it?
3.
I'm calling this one. You mean they do things differently outside the U.S.? And this one's worth $3,000. Okay, free your mind. What traditional Vietnamese breakfast item might Robin Williams' character have been eating during his radio broadcasts in Good Morning Vietnam? Pad Thai, Tarama, Pho, or Dim Sum? Pho is a popular Vietnamese soup, they tell me. Am I pronouncing that right? Okay. Traditionally eaten for breakfast. You know, back in college, my traditional breakfast was also soup. I called it Good Morning Ramen Noodles.
4.
This one's called So You're Wild Out Somewhere Else. $3,000 for this one. Pencils ready. Let's do it. If the Quaker Oats Company adopted the name of the founder of the Quaker religion, what would be the new name of their company? John Winthrop's Oats, George Fox's Oats, Martin Luther's Oats, or William Bradford's Oats? Nope. Bradford founded Plymouth Colony. You know, that whole colony of affordably priced mid-sized sedans and family-friendly minivans. Should have picked this one. The Quaker religion was founded by George Fox. I'd love to see him in the Quaker Oats commercials, but is there any way we can get him to replace Wilford Brimley? Just, you know, in general? I hope you've taken your medication, because we're heading straight for a coinky-dink. All right, here's how we play this little game. I'm going to give you a set of pairs that are somehow related, and I'm going to throw a bunch of items in front of you that may or may not connect the two. Buzz in to choose the item you think correctly joins the two. There's $1,000 in it for you if you're right, but think before you choose. Every mistake is going to cost you $1,000. We're going to wrap this all up with a final bonus round worth some extra cash. Pay attention to all the correct answers in the regular round if you want a shot at that bonus. This Coinkydinks category is spread 'em. Okay, hold on to something, because we're doing it. Couch potatoes do it, and defecators pinch one. What do these two things have in common? Sprite competitor and golfing problem. cinnamon flank crunch. Princess Leia had 2 and slang for buttocks. Rocket blank and head to a blank. Fritz the cat artist and Cookie Monster residue. Rose, sugar, orange, and what you do with balls and pins. Now for the bonus. Tell me what all of the correct answers have in common. Are they all forms of bread, towns on the grain belt, squeeze songs, famous diners, brands of coffee, ways to cook an egg, brands of coffee, towns in the grain belt, famous diners, squeeze songs, forms of bread. Oh yeah, rack it up. Hey, speaking of bread, looks like you're going to be adding some to your score. Very respectable. Add that bonus and you're in good shape. Well, what do you know, player one? You got the bonus as well. Maybe you should call all your friends and tell them. When the game is over, let's get on with it.
6.
Coming at you, breakfast is torture. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. And now, your question. Which of these cereal mascots endures the same torture as the mythical Greek character Tantalus? Toucan Sam, Captain Crunch, Tony the Tiger, or the Tricked Rabbit? Just as Tantalus had eternal thirst and hunger with food and water just out of his reach, that darned Trix Rabbit can't ever seem to eat his tricks. And then, of course, there's the myth about tricks being a necessary part of your balanced diet.
7.
Up next, good to the last drop of life. And this one's worth $1,000. Oh, man. Hey, take a look at this autopsy report I found. Victim's name, Juan Valdez, appears to have been exposed to low temperatures before having his moisture content vaporized. What best describes the cause of death? He was espressoed, he was decaffeinated, he was freeze-dried, or he was dry-iced. Poor Juan was freeze-dried. And then it goes on to say, oh, this is terrible. There were stains all over the sheets. Detectives suspect someone drinking black coffee in bed. They drank Juan. What's to become of his mule?
8.
Here's a little something I call, Mikey likes smelling my finger, too. $1,000 at stake on this one. Forward march. What cereal did Mikey like? Life, Kix, Chex, or Corn Flakes? Ah, yes, Chex. Good for breakfast, good for parties. As far as answers go, Let me show you what I would have picked. Mikey liked Life. He really liked it. Too bad somebody couldn't have stopped him from eating the Pop Rocks and Coke, though, huh?
9.
The category is, I'll just have a Fight Club sandwich. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. You know, this whole Middle East thing with the Jews and the Muslims, I'll bet they could make peace a lot easier if they started out on the right foot. Say Arafat and Barack start the day off right with a good breakfast. Which of these orders could both leaders agree on? Hold the bacon, make those Bloody Marys virgin, please. No steak or eggs with the toast, or keep the fresh fruit away, thanks. Both Jews and Muslims say ixnay on the orc pay. Besides, if they did order bacon, they just end up arguing over who got the bigger Gaza Strip. Well, this should be good. This one's a dis or dat. The name of this dis or dat is Cereal You So Crazy. Okay, like it or not, I'm going to list off 7 brands of cereal. And for each one, I want you to tell me if it's shaped like loops or like flakes. As each one appears, if it's loopy, press the square button. If it's flaky, press the circle button. And if you don't know, press the triangle to skip it. For each correct answer, you're going to get $1,000. But 1,000 is taken away for each incorrect answer or those you don't get to. All right, I'm going to start you off with 30 seconds on the clock. Okay, hold my hand. We're going. Cheerio is loopy or flaky. Fruit Loops. Wheaties. Total. Apple Jacks. Chocolate Oat Brand. One more. Product 19. Not bad, not bad. Let's add your winnings to your total. Well, now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that wasn't half bad. Let's try another question.
11.
This category is I hop, you hop, they hop. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. See what you can do with this one. If the IHOP, or the International House of Pancakes, were to serve only potato pancakes, what could they rename themselves? International House of Latkes, International House of Meshuggahs, International House of Butkus, or International House of Tchotchkes? Latkes are traditional Jewish pancakes usually made of potatoes. Of course, when I'm drunk at 3 in the morning, well, I don't care if they're dipped in shit and rolled in candy sprinkles.
12.
The category's gonna be Dunk You Kindly. You get it right, you get $2K. Get the wax out of your ears, it's question time. If your local Dunkin' Donuts is taken over by a group of dunkers, which of these deals will they most likely offer? Free guillotine with every bagel, free deep-sea fish with every donut, free baptism with every cruller, or free bungee jump with every coffee. The Dunkers were a German-American religious group that settled in Pennsylvania. Yeah, apparently they baptized people by immersing them in Bavarian cream.
13.
I'm calling this one Scrambled Eggheads. I'm gonna give away $3,000 this time. Hey, check this out. Nursery rhyme character Humpty Dumpty is putting his life back together again by going back to school. Now that's a good egg. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's grading system for eggs, what's the lowest grade Humpty Dumpty could receive? A, B, C, or D? How dare you? I could have given you some cash if you picked this one. The lowest grade an egg can receive is a B. Yeah, it's a shame, too. Humpty was doing really well in school until he cracked under the pressure. I'm sorry, I'm just yoking with you. I got more bad puns, but I'm letting you off easy. You get it? Omelette? Hey, I'm good at this.
14.
This one's called Your Sex Life Stays Crunchy in Milk. I'm going to make this one $1,000. Ready? Catch this. What would be the most appropriate cereal to eat in bed after sex? Post-Wowios, Post-Flagrantios, Post-Delictos, or Post-Coitalos? That goes in the win column. Post-coitus. You know, that after-sex cuddle time. Hey, you can make your own spoon for this cereal.
You've almost made it to the credits, but first, the attack. When you see 2 words that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, you get $2,000. If you're wrong, you're losing $2,000. Oh, and one more thing to remember.
Remember the clue.
The 2 words that match have to fit this clue.
Breakfast around the world. Yeah, I'll tell you what, a newspaper and a black cup of coffee at the donut shop down the street, that's continental enough for me, thank you. an exciting game. That was a real thrill. You're the best player we've had by far. Now do me a favor, will you? Look to your left, now look to your right, now repeat after me.
You don't know Jack!
Congratulations, you have made it onto the house scoreboard. Please enter your name. If you refuse to enter your name, I will be forced to choose one for you. You leave it up to me. I recall nincompoop is an upsetting nickname. In order to play again, you will have to let me know. I am unable to read
A slave
minds.
who would become a gladiator who would become a performance artist.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to do some of my art for you. I have things from inside that I would like the rest of the world to sort of understand. Wait, whoa, what? No, lions, no lions. I was not anticipating lions in my piece.
Prepare yourself for Gladiator, the artist. This time, his pain is on the inside. This week on The Bachelor Chefs, the theme is macaroni and cheese.
Ah, I see the Bachelor Chef is preparing his macaroni and cheese using a zesty white cheddar mix.
Yes, and what's this? He only uses half the recommended amount of milk?
Fascinating. The challenger is seasoning his macaroni and cheese with pepper and a dash of leftover Tabasco sauce.
The smell is extraordinary.
Who will win this battle?
The Bachelor Chef's macaroni and cheese did not boil too long. It is not mushy.
The dish is creamy, but not too rich, or a buttery goop.
The challenger's macaroni and cheese, it is a bit runny, perhaps too much milk.
Yes, he should have allowed it to sit for a few minutes.
Next time on The Bachelor Chefs.
Hello? Mr. Smith?
Yeah?
About that kidney transplant you're waiting for.
Uh-huh.
Now you can charge it because I've got a pre-approved credit card with your name on it.
Boy, that would be great. Sign me up.
Cold calling can be hard, but the Telemarket 2000 makes it easy. Simply type in a name, and the Telemarket prints out personal information about the people you're calling.
Hello?
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes?
I know you're going through a painful divorce.
Who is this?
And nothing can take your mind off a lousy cheating husband like some beautiful aluminum siding.
Really? Do you think so? Oh, go ahead. Do the whole house.
The Telemarket 2000! Let us help you get your foot in the door before it's slammed in your face!
Do you like steak?
Mm-hmm.
Do you fancy yourself a conquistador?
Si.
Then come on down to Uncharted Steaks, the restaurant for today's modern explorer. We take only the finest steaks and hide them in the restaurant. It's your job to find these steaks and claim them in the name of taste. But beware, many dangers await you on your mission.
I took a blow dart in the neck, but it was worth it for that juicy steak.
An ornery king beheaded my husband, but hey, what a steak.
My daughter was eaten by a lion. I gotta tell you, that was a great steak.
So come on down to Uncharted Steaks and claim some steak in El Nombre de Gusto.
Very